Hello everyone. Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my new subscribers. Sending everybody the love and light and the strength needed for I heard everybody say it at the same time, a difficult day. How was sleep? You guys have a good sleep? What kind of witchcraft are they doing today? I wonder. Death magic. It is, okay? Gothic magic in the 1790s. Can you imagine that? In the European outpouring of darkly thrilling, often shocking Gothic literature. From the 1790s all the way up to the 1800s. American dark romanticism, gender. Do you guys know anything about Edgar Allan Poe? Yeah, he's part of this. All right. Gothic magic, you see? So I guess today's reading is going to be about Gothic magic. Okay? Random cut the book again. 2 pages wanted to flip, but I grabbed this one. What is it? Sympathetic magic. The witch bottle. The witch bottle. So it's giving me like what do they call that? It's when they put spells in the bottle. Seeking patterns to reflect greater forces into the universe. What was another symbolic tool? One uses the popular practice of palmistry, which is reading palms. Marks the line of the shape of the palm where you use to read a person's character and divine their future. Fairies and folk wisdom. Lucky shoes. That's weird. What did I say yesterday in my reading? Right? Are you mad at your old pair of shoes or something? Look at these shoes. Okay, these are very old shoes, okay? Somebody could be saving up their shoes. Because everybody tends to do that when they have a baby. Their first pair of shoes, right? They bronze them. They save them as a, a memorabilia. That's weird. No, Gothic magic again. That's not a random cut. Oh, what do we have here? Looking to the stars. Western astrology. Yes, the Western astrology. Western. And all of a sudden I hear a song by Jay-Z. Okay, that's a song that I have in my head all day anyways. But it goes, look for me, young B, cruising down the west side highway. That's so significant and symbolic. You want to know why? Okay, there's the east highway, there's a west highway. Okay, but the west, if I would put a compass on my body, this is the east, this is the west. The right side is the good side, okay? The highway is in the center, all right? You guys understand? You follow me? Okay, the highway. This is where your chakra rises so you can open up your third eye, all right? And then you have this glow, this energy force field around you, all right? And it's like that song from Jay-Z, that's Bonnie and Clyde, okay? And it's giving me like there is somebody out there who thought they were going to live forever as a dynamic duo kind of thing, like Bonnie and Clyde, but somebody decided to be on the right side of the highway kind of thing, okay? But they're centered. Somebody's not centered, somebody is. Astrology, the belief that movements of the stars and the planets influence human lives and an event on Earth, had its origins in the Babylonia. Very old. In Renaissance Europe, translation of the ancient texts increased interest in astrology at the same time as a new discipline. Emerged astronomy, the scientific study to the universe and the objects of space without reference to human. The royal patronage. The rise and fall of astrology. Okay? So that's very symbolic and significant, okay? I'm going to random cut my little book here to see what kind of spell or witchcraft magic they're using upon somebody. And this one is unifying family. Okay? So you need to gather the 4 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. You need matches or a lighter, rose or lavender incense for cleansing, pink altar cloth for love, and cleansing spray. Okay, and then this is what is the ritual, and you need to read out. All right, and this is to bring family back together. Sometimes people have difficulties with their family. Okay, but again, there's a reverse to this. And the mere fact that I opened this up to family, it's giving me somebody try to make you lose your family, turn your family against you. Somebody is like, you may not know it, but are you having difficulties with your family? And maybe you were born this way, right? And it's giving me like you have a dark entity attached to you, okay? And this book it's very significant. It can help a lot of people, especially if you do understand astrology and you do understand tarot, all right? Because this book doesn't only have spells, okay? It does explain. See, I opened up with the Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. It does describe tarot, okay? So, let's dig into something new today. Are we going to do something new? No. I need new cards. I really would love to have new cards. I feel outdated for some odd reason. Even with my clothes. I'm tired of wearing my clothes. I want new clothes. Okay? That could be significant for somebody. It's giving me like somebody wants a fresh new start. Alright? And that's a good thing to feel. How was sleep? You guys have a good sleep? You have any good dreams? I always have dreams, okay? And my dreams are about the people that work against me, okay? I'm not going to talk about my dreams. Why? Because they're listening. And they want to hear me tell them what's going to happen, right? So they can divert. And I ain't going to let them. I ain't going to let nobody, okay? They're on their own. They left me on my own, okay? No one was there for me to pick me up when I needed them. I'm not going to be there for them. Now it's reversal time. Also, yesterday I did a long reading with these cards. And it was about something bad happening to the planet. Why? Because it's going to happen within the next 6 months. And it has begun already. 2 weeks ago in Indonesia, there was a 5.4 earthquake. Okay. And this morning I found out in New Zealand, there was a 7.6. Okay. And that's like neighbor almost. Okay. Because Indonesia is like north of Australia. And on the west side of Australia, which is New Zealand. So it's in the ring of fire. And it's like the earth crust is moving. All right. And so far, there's no tsunamis. But if there should be one, Los Angeles is only 5,000 miles away from there. So the United States are in jeopardy from this. If it does happen, it's a warning. Okay. It's a warning. There is going to be a major plate that's going to drop. There is going to have a lot of earth movement. There's going to be a release and a shift. Okay, and I don't want to scare anybody, and you may not believe in this, and that's too bad. But for those who are going to believe, then they are going to listen. They are going to be ready for this day. Okay, but I'm telling you, it's the next 6 months, not even. We are going to have an epic worldwide event. Okay, and I don't want to create fear. It's only so we can get prepared. Myself, I'm in a danger zone. New Brunswick, where I'm living in, it's supposed to go underwater. I know this. So, I am seeing a big, huge crack. Okay, because I'm getting this song from Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, and it goes, there's a light in the window. Is there a crack in the sky? Okay, but that's like a symbolic term. There's a terminology to this. It's not from the sky that there's going to be a crack. It's the ground. Okay, there's going to be like a big crack that's going to open. Okay, and it's going to go for miles. There is a continent that's going to separate, kind of thing. All right, and it's not going to be like, the width is not going to be important, but the length is, because that's the beginning of something, a big shift. All right, so that's a warning. We need to get prepared. Why? Because the world grid is going to shut off. No more power. All right, and this is written in the stars. Astrology, you can pick up on this. Okay, if you're a good astronomer, astrologist, okay, and you have the right tools, you can read the future of the planet, because there is a future for us written in the stars. There's also a future for the planet. Okay, and the stars is navigation. All right, and this is how our ancestors used to navigate their lives. All right, that's why they've written books for us, because they studied it in the past. Number 37. I just want a few words to see what it says, okay? Gazing at the sky on the darkest of the moonless nights, you will find yourself entrailed by the multitude of the stars blankets the roof of the earth. These billions of points of light in the sky provides a glimmer of illumination through the night. By their position, they have served human through the history of navigate the globe. See? And I was talking about when we watch the stars or astrology, that's how we predict our future, because you can, okay? But it's also for the globe, because Earth is a living organism, okay? And whether you know it or not, your body is a living organism, and we do have an immune system. So when you're sick, that immune system kicks in and you heal, okay? But the Earth has the same thing, and we are Earth cancer. So as Earth cancer, we're destroying the planet. The planet knows about it, even though the planet doesn't speak. The planet does speak. Look at the birds when they migrate, okay? And look at the volcanoes when they burst. Why? Because the Earth crust, the crusts, it's like you got the plate, right? You got two plates. They're buckling. They're hitting each other, and they can't, right? It's like one wants to go, they want to pop like this, but they don't pop like that. Sometimes they do, okay? That creates mountains, but sometimes the other goes on top and the other goes underneath, all right? And whatever goes underneath, that sinks into the lava. And then there's like, that lava's got to go out somewhere by the volcanoes, all right? So this is why I am seeing this big, huge crack. It is scary, okay? Because we don't have a lot of time left. We don't. And I feel every day when I wake up, I can't be here. I need to move. But I can't save the world. But there's only a certain amount of people who's going to listen to this message and believe in it. Okay? And there's a whole lot of people who are going to laugh at this. And they're the ones who, they're going to perish. And it doesn't bother me, okay? We can't save the world. We can save ourselves. The world is going to correct itself. Okay, it's gonna rebalance. This is due to happen because it's written in the Bible, the world flood, right? In every religion, they talk about a flood. This is it. Every 6,000 to 12,000 years, this event happens. So, early ocean voyagers had no maps. Sextant or a compass. So the sextants, okay, that's giving me like a sense of direction. Mankind a long time ago, to navigate themselves, they needed the stars. Why? Because they didn't have that sixth sense. Okay, it's because a lot of people are supposed to have a sixth sense, but it was taken away from us by kings and queens, coins. All right, ego and greed. Every time we go for ego and greed, the easy way in life, our sixth sense is taken away. But ask the animals. They still have a sixth sense. They don't work for money. Okay? It's like we're even tampering with their life. You know why? You have a dog, right? You know what a dog is supposed to do when he goes outside? He digs a hole, he poops in it, and he buries his own poop. What do they do now? They poop, they look at you, and you pick up their poop for them. You know what I mean? Who's the stupid one here? I don't want to. If you guys have dogs, you're an animal lover, I'm not dissing you. That's not the point. I'm trying to teach you guys that we are tampering with their natural abilities to, it's a cycle in life. We're supposed to let these dogs or the cats or whatever, we're supposed to let them be the way they are, but we train them, we manipulate them to be the way we want them to be. Just like the government trains us, manipulates us to be the way they want to be. You see, there's a cycle repeating in this. It's not always a good cycle. Okay, so there is an intent navigated by the positions of the star and the ocean's current. The current is changing right now, okay? And the current is changing, and it's like where the cold water is supposed to be cold, it's not cold anymore. It's warm. So the fishes have no place to stay. They're migrating. In the northern hemisphere, the North Star position appears stationary and it provides a constant orientation to the four directions. So right now, okay, a long time ago, because if you read in the Bible, Jesus, right, when he was born, but the people who crossed the desert, right, so they could go to the manger to meet Jesus when he was born, okay, they were guided on this North Star. Today, when you look at the North Star, it's not pointing at the same place anymore. Why? Because something has shifted. It's the planet. The planet has changed on its axis. It's not on the 15 degree anymore. Okay, it's more like on the 35 degrees. All right, so it's giving me like the North Pole and the South Pole. It's switching. It's gonna be in reverse. All right, and it's not gonna be the same compass anymore. It won't. Okay, so then it says position appears stationary, provides a constant orientation to the four directions, where areas in the southern hemisphere no longer bar or the no longer bar of the Southern Cross provides a similar purpose for navigation. So right now, I can tell you the birds, their navigational system, okay, because they're using these stars, okay, and it's a built-in system that they have. Right now, their compass is screwed up. Why? Because the axis of the planet is switching. So they don't know which way to navigate anymore. You'll see that in videos, okay? On YouTube, you'll see animals who are acting erratic. They're looking to migrate, but they don't know where to migrate. And that's the reason why. It's a sign that there's something that's about to happen. Some kind of release, some kind of shift, okay? And there's going to be movement. So we're going to have to move as well. If the animals are moving, it's a clear sign that we need to move as well. We can't stay, all right? So, you guys know anything about Stargate? Okay, the government knows about Stargate. I do believe a long time ago, the government launched a project called Stargate, okay? And it was them knowing about psychic people, okay? They would put them in a dark room and they would give them coordinates on a piece of paper, all right? And leave them alone, just the psychic and that paper in the dark room, all right? For an hour or so. And just focus on the coordinations, all right? And the psychic would write what they would see on the piece of paper, okay? And some of these psychics, the first psychic who discovered Saturn's ring, because Saturn, the planet Saturn, there's a ring around that, right? There's more than one ring. But before we had the ability to go there with a telescope and figure out about Saturn's ring, there was a psychic, all right, who wrote that down. And then later on in life, science discovered Saturn and the rings, okay? And that wild, right? The government knows about psychic abilities, all right? And they use psychic mediums now, all right, to see what other countries do with nuclear plants, right? When you have, like, just say another country is trying to attack another country, but they're using nuclear warfare, but the government knows about that, so they have a chance to get ready. So they're using psychic mediums, right, as a tool of war. Can you imagine how sick that is? It is. All right. So if I get awakened too much, there is somebody out there who's going to pick up on my energy. Okay? And then you have the men in black. The men in black secretly come and take you away, kind of thing. I'm not going to go deeper in details, okay? But I'm cloaked. Okay? I pray for a cloak of protection where it won't happen to me, kind of thing. But here I am giving myself way out loud on the YouTube, all right? But because within 6 months there is going to be a global catastrophe, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, I am going to make it. You guys can believe in it or not. Doesn't matter to me at all. It don't. Okay, I'm in focus. This crystal quartz, all right? This is energy. Okay, this is why you find a crystal. Crystal is a great, they transmute energy, okay? And this is very symbolic for the government. They know all about crystal quartz, all right? This is like when Superman, he had a crystal, right? And he had to put it in his home he had, right? In the South Pole, he had a home. It was an ice home, okay? And when he put that crystal in, his parents appeared in front of him, right? It's very symbolic. It holds energy. The wind, movement. I was talking about movement, okay? And whenever the wind picks up, it starts to brew a storm, okay? So we are going to get hurricanes, okay? We are going to have severe forest fires. We are going to have volcanoes. We need to get ready for this. Oh. So many cards fell out. What's going on? A big explosion. Sage, purification, all right? What am I talking about? The balance of the planet. The planet is going to purify itself. Okay, nourishment. We're going to have to focus on nourishment. This is rice, but nourishment comes in a lot of things, okay? What do we grow from the sun? Potatoes, carrots, turnips, whatever, right? Apples. Food is going to go low because the sun's going to be covered for a little bit of time, all right? But it's all going to pick up all over again once this passes. We are going to survive. It's all because we need a renewal, all right? So there is going to be wind. There is going to be rain. There's going to be thirst, deserts, all right? And because right now we are already at that point. We can't even trust the well water. We have to buy the water, okay? Why? Because the planet is heating up, all right? And that's a sign. Why? Because look, there's the sun, okay? But we need to keep the faith. You have people such as me. You have people such as Ben Davidson, okay, who studies the sun. That's what he does for a living, all right? And he knows the sun is going to, he knows everything about the planet going through this shift that I'm talking about, okay? And that's like, I did put a video on my wall about Edgar Casey, okay? He did describe what's going on. And Michel Nostradamus said the same thing, okay? And I'm just throwing this in because I see it, I know it, all right? And we are seeing it on the news. There is a lot of activity happening on the planet, all right? I'm going to stop this shuffling right now. There's tobacco is the last card out there. Okay, somebody's got lung issues or something. Somebody's a smoker, and we're going to have to stop doing this. It's not good for us. few more last cards, and I'm going to change into something else. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you know what? It reminds me of Moses when he went to the burning bush. Okay, and God was telling him to gather around the people. And Moses, it was like, well, nobody's going to listen to me. I'm just one man. And God was saying, no, you're going to have to spread the message. The people who are going to have faith, the people who are going to listen, they will follow you. Okay, and the rest of them don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? It's giving me like that. I'm not Moses. I'm not Moses. But it's giving me like history tends to repeat itself. And if you want to know the future, you have to look at the past. The answers for the future is actually in the past. Okay? That's the key about predictions. All right? Because it's a cycle. The earth, mankind has been repeating a cycle for, I can't even tell you for how long, okay? It's really long. It's old. We don't know how old the planet is. The planet's not going to die. It isn't. If anything, the sun's going to blow and take away everything in the solar system. But even at that, the sun's going to go supernova. It's going to create a big black hole, right? And when you have a black hole sucks everything into the black hole, but behind the black hole, it spits out. And that's what we call the theory of the Big Bang. Dolphin, listening. Okay, echolocations. Echolocations, it's like sending out a message, all right, and it bounces back and it comes back to you. That's how dolphin works. They send out a series of clicks underneath the water, okay, and these clicks, they bounce back off a big object. It can be a shark. I say an object, it could be a rock, but maybe it's not a rock. Maybe it's a living organism, such as a shark, or it could be a whale, all right? And these clicks come back and they know, well, this is pretty big, okay? Because if they send 100 clicks and there's only one that came back, that means that one click hit on a starfish maybe, okay? But if they send 100 clicks and the 100 clicks come back, that's pretty big, right? Because there's something blocking the clicks to go through. You understand? I think you do. I think most of my readers are smart. My viewers, should I say. You're all readers as well if you want to. Wildlife untamed. We cannot tame nature. We cannot. That's something mankind needs to understand. We're trying to control the planet. We cannot do that. All right? And it's like right now the nature's sending out messages. We need to listen. As a dolphin, we need to listen. All right? And this is healing, a dandelion, okay? So when the wind picks up on this dandelion, these are seeds, star seeds. That represents us. We are star seeds, okay? So we got to follow the wind, all right? When the wind blows, these seeds, they carry on, right? They go for distance, and then they start a new life. You understand what I mean? We are all dandelions. We are all star seeds. We are all healers. Okay? People are going to say, what is this fucking reading? I'm telling you. Okay? Those who believe will listen. Those who don't shall perish. We need to keep the faith. All right? All is not lost, but a lot will be lost. Cicada bug, the voice. You got to listen to the voice. And I don't mean the voice on TV. All right? Your inner voice. Okay? So it's like you have like some kind of feeling where you get nervous. You don't understand why. That could be it. Okay? That could very well be it. Because yesterday morning when I woke up, I was trembling kind of thing, shaky. I felt nervous. I did not know why. All right? And it was from the morning till noon. Okay? And then that kind of goes away. And this morning when I woke up, there was a 7.6 magnitude earthquake. I don't know if I was picking on that up. You know what I mean? I don't know if I was picking up on that. But it's like every day now when I wake up, I feel like I need to move. I can't stay here. I don't want to stay here. And I know where I can go, where I know I'll be safe. I need to hit the higher grounds. Okay? Water, lifebloods. So there's a right now, okay, they say that the water's going to rise, okay? And right now we have little rivers and such as that, but that's going to be a big, oh, that's going to be oceans from now on. It's going to change because we are going to see the little rivers flood, okay? We are. It's going to be a big wave. Many waves. Cave. This is, you see the man inside the cave? He's coming out of the cave. This is where we're having our initiation. Your pain in life, your transformation. Okay? You come out as a butterfly. You're going to have wings, meaning you can fly. Time to move. Okay? This is where a person goes into when they go through a transformation. Pain and suffering. Everything that we have gone through in life, it's meant to make us move. We can't stay where we are. All right? I know a lot of you have been attacked by a narcissist and you lost a lot in your life. And you're thinking, well, I need to rebuild now. But maybe this is a clear message. The reasons why we are going through this initiation, this awakening, maybe it's because we're chosen ones and we're not supposed to stay here and we build here, okay? Because we are in a very fragile state right now, okay? It's a choice that we have. Me, I don't want to rebuild here. I want to go somewhere else, okay? It's very symbolic, significant for me. Wisdom, cedar tree, these trees, okay, out in the BC, British Columbia, some of these trees are 500 years old and more. We're cutting them away when they're still providing good air for us, okay? But that's like our ancestors, okay? Our old ancestors from the past have gone through this cycle, all right? And they have wisdom. And they're sending us messages through the stars. There is going to be balance. There is. All right. That's what the sequoia tree is from. It represents balance. The world is unbalanced at this point, and it's going to fix itself. We have the chance to listen, right? But if we don't, well, it's too bad, right? Lotus, the lotus flower, all right, has been known to survive the Ice Age. Look it up. Lotus flowers have been here through thick and thin, right? And it says resurrection. Every time there was an ice freeze over the planet, right? The planet froze, unfroze, right? And it warmed up and it did this cycle over again. This flower survived. It represents resurrection. Regeneration, the butterfly, right? What's on top? Last card. Imagination. Look at that cloud. That's not a pretty cloud. Clouds are supposed to be white, right? When a cloud is white, that means it's not going to rain, right? But this cloud is red. So just use your imagination. Why do you think the cloud is red? Okay? Because there's going to be volcanoes. There's going to be fire, all right? And once those fires and volcanoes, they activate, those clouds are going to be dark where they are activated at, but the wind's going to push these clouds towards us, and they're going to be blend in with new air, and they're going to turn red, and that's going to be a warning that there's trouble ahead. I don't know if that makes sense for you guys, okay? But it does for me. I said last card, but I'm drawn to pull the last one. We got to listen to that voice, okay? There's lightning underneath. This is a tower moment, okay? This is also breakthrough. And if we sit and wait for the storm to hit, it'll be too late, all right? We got to get ready for this. I promise. I'm not lying, okay? Because once the storm hits, what are people going to do? They're going to panic. We're going to look for food, right? Everybody's going to raid the supermarket. And then the supermarket's going to have no more food. Most of us don't know how to grow our own food. Don't even know how to make our own fire. So those people are going to perish. I don't want to scare anybody, okay? But don't start panicking now. Just plan ahead. Save up your money, all right? Start saving up food, canned goods, all right? Canned goods is the only option, really, and bottled food, because a lot of us know how to put food in bottles, right, to preserve. So if we have the chance this summer to grow fruits, vegetables, and can it, right? If we have a last chance, we need to do that. Because it's supposed to happen within, it's going to happen in 2026. I can't quite say when. I predict that it's within the next 6 months, okay? But it's going to happen in a 3-day period. So within like that, when it does happen, it's going to happen, and it's going to last for 3 days. And then the rebirth is going to start. That's enough for that message. So, who's into witchcraft? Somebody's been doing sacrifices to animals. Cats. Witches love cats. Right? But the dog is the best. That's man's best friend. That's why cats and dogs, they don't get along a lot of times. Okay? That's why you see a witch flying on her broom and she's got a black cat. Right. So I do see a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Somebody's trying to draw some kind of tower for somebody in life. This is what I'm getting. Okay? It says resourcefulness, intelligence, mental action, and right thinking. So this is somebody who's like an architect. Okay? This is the positive side to it. But I'm picking up that there's somebody who's trying to create a tower moment for somebody in their life. And I don't think it's important anymore. Right? It's like the tower is being like, you can tell that it's not fully done. They never got the chance to do it. Devotion, spiritual practices, intuitive history. Now this on the bad side, it is some kind of witch with a black cat. Okay? It's like a seance. You see they're all chanting at the table. There's more than one person. Could be a group of people doing this. Okay, but it's also, this is like, this could be you practicing your spiritual abilities. Okay, praying, meditation. All right. But it's giving me like there's intuitive history. So this is something that's been going on for a lot of times. It could be like a generational curse that was placed on you. So you were born this way without even knowing it. Okay. Have you suffered all your life? Have you always had bad luck? Have you always found yourself needing to struggle, right? Having to pull other people's weight and not knowing why, while others have it easy, you always have it hard. That could be it. You could have some kind of generational curse that was placed upon you, right? And you need to break it. I know all about that shit. I had to break mine. Right now they don't like it. They don't like it that I succeeded. Okay? That's why they're haunting me in my dreams. They think they're haunting me. No, it's my ancestors sending me dreams about my enemies, telling me what they're doing to me and what they plan on doing to me. Success, the telescope, right? Looking at the stars. This could be a stalker as well. Professional or personal or professional achievements. Okay? So somebody is focused on your achievements in life. They didn't think you would succeed, maybe. Okay? I am strongly getting somebody's going to be in prison for this. Fruitfulness, right? Collecting the fruits of your labor. They don't want you to be fruitful. Education, somebody's going to be taught a lesson. Learning, teaching. You could be teaching somebody a lesson. Whoa, we got a lot coming out now. What's up, meow? So we have the, I kind of knew it. What else fell out? Oh, Oh, Archangel Michael, okay, the greatest protector of all times, also 911, the law on earth. Strength, courage, and letting go. If you have a narcissist and you learn to let go, this is triggering them, okay? And we have reversal of loss, okay? Reversal of fortune. Now, this is a pickpocket, all right? A lot of times we do have pickpockets, all right? But it's giving me it's going to be a reversal of fortune. So they're going to have to put pocket. They're going to have to give it back, all right? Because somebody's a warrior, all right? And you have the spirit horse. We are in the year of the horse. You survived the year of the snake. It says courage, taking on challenges, all right? And courage is also with Archangel Michael, your protector. Energetic realms, lives between lives. Okay, so somebody's living a double life. Somebody's being a copycat. Somebody wanted your life. So it's giving me some kind of sacrifice. Okay, but it's not working. You're protected. Archangel Michael. All you need is him. You don't need all the other angels at all. Just Archangel Michael. Okay, Archangel Michael can wipe out 10,000 people at once in the same second. That's how strong this angelic being is. Right? Career history, help wanted, job and work partners. So it could be like a person that you used to work with who was attacking you. All right? Maybe they made you lose your work, your job. But it's giving me like somebody wants to work with you as well, because it says help wanted here. Okay? Or maybe you could be starting a new profession for yourself in life. All right? Yesterday, somebody commented on one of my videos saying that they did not have stage fright. And when this person is a performer, and when they go on stage, they don't screw up. So my message did not resonate with this person. Well, for this person, here's a message for you, okay? You have the key to teach others how to get on a stage and deal with that stage fright, because we're not all alike. I remember the first time me doing a video, putting it on YouTube, I was like, I felt like I was going to screw up, and I wasn't good at what I was doing, and I had to put myself out there without knowing if I was going to succeed or not. So I did it alone, okay? But for that person that can go on the stage, right, and sing, and you're not nervous, you're not going to screw up, that's a talent, that's a gift. Maybe God wants you to help others with that. Just putting that out there, okay? Because I see, when I read your message yesterday, that's the first thing that came to mind. You have the ability to help others. Oh, something fell out. We got mail. Servitude, right? You could be bringing service to other people, okay? And it's like, you see this person is kneeling down to somebody, wanting to give some fruits because somebody is fruitful. Loss of power or control. So somebody that wanted you to lose power and control, now they're losing power and control because somebody has conquered some kind of entity or some kind of narcissist, okay? Because somebody is willing to kneel down before you. One more card, and I'm going to go into the wild unknown, maybe. And now I'm looking at the seers. Expressive talents. Yesterday, somebody commented somebody who was on stage. They could sing. That's you. There's somebody who's able to do this. Phobias, overcoming fear. Anxiety. Last card. I said that already. And there's resourcefulness again. Intelligence, mental action, right thinking. Maybe I can do a little bit of both. Not sure. Today I don't really feel like talking, but I'm doing it anyways. I don't feel like talking, but I'm doing it anyways. Hello? You got mail. Bottom of the deck, communications. Could be good or bad, we don't know. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, mountains are obstacles. It's the work card. Okay, I did pull out job, career history. And now we have the King of Swords, protection. This is Archangel Michael's sword of truth, protecting somebody. The King of Swords is always truthful. There's some kind of, somebody spoke some kind of truth about somebody working. I'm picking up the devil already. Somebody has worked against you. The Three of Pentacles, a lot of times it's triangulation. And it's giving me like this person was working against you. And they were not alone. But somebody was protected with this blade of truth. And it has to do with something with the law. Breaking the laws of the universe, maybe. We got a flipper. Some kind of loop, a lie. And the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's protected by a grandpa, a grandmother, spirits from up above, the stars. Okay, this is the Wheel of Fortune. And that's the King of Swords here. The owl, that's the owl. Okay, so it's like you're a younger generation. This is a passed on loved one. Why? Because they're up in the heavens. They're up with the stars. There's some kind of lie for sure, because the moon is always telling. It's all people lie with the moon. Okay, so your grandfather, your grandmother, your ancestor, they're not with the sun. They're sitting with the moon, meaning they're like, that's an indication that somebody's lying against you. Okay, and it has to do with the Three of Pentacles. Somebody's working against you. They figured out a loophole. Okay, it began with lies, but it's something that was written on paper. I'm getting this is something, I don't know. I can't say it right now. I have to pull more cards. Be right back. Hey. I'm back. You guys miss me? Couldn't have. The Wheel of Fortune. Somebody was trying to mess around with your Wheel of Fortune. Some kind of, somebody wanted to attack you. Not wanting you. They didn't want you to be abundant, successful. Nothing comes out. I'm going to have to force it out. Communication. And this is attacks. Communication. Speaking illful intentions against somebody. No, this is not a love reading. Love is what created this mess. Queen of Wands. This is a thief, a liar, advertisement, right? And it's also somebody who's trying to keep somebody else's eggs. The Nine of Wands. Wounded warrior. Okay, this is like they wanted to wounded you. They wanted you to be hurt. But they were doing it behind your back. You did not know about it. The Ace of Pentacles. It has a lot to do with a fortune. Abundance. Some kind of... I'm strongly getting this is some kind of insurance fraud. Generational wealth. Ten of Pentacles. It's a family. Generational wealth. This is why there's a grandfather up above or a grandmother, a passed on loved one, wanted you to have an inheritance. Okay? It's somebody, it's giving me like, they figured out a loophole with the law, the system. This is giving me like power of attorney kind of thing. They wanted you to look like sick and ill. What else? This is a bad choice. It's an illusion. They created some kind of an illusion to throw you off so you wouldn't know about it. Somebody's been receiving dreams and you probably don't understand your dreams. And I bet you that's what it is. A lot of times dreams don't play out the same way that it's played out here. Okay, so it's Somebody needs to figure out, maybe you need to get the book of dreams. Okay, go online, look for a book of dreams. It'll tell you what dreams mean. It'll help you understand what your dreams mean. All right? And maybe you don't know it, but if you're one that's been dreaming a lot, this is why I say write down your dreams, because it's important. You may forget them. Me, I don't forget my dreams. I don't. I've been dreaming for a whole year and a half, and I remember all my dreams. This is very significant, okay? Because these two alone, okay? If I'm not mistaken, this is like millions. It can be millions. It can, especially if there's a lawsuit involved, right? Because a lot of times inheritance are saved up in the bank and there's interests, okay? There's a lot. Somebody tried to cut somebody's life away. It has to do with a family. Because the Ten of Pentacles is some kind of family, all right? Could be a bad family. Maybe this isn't your own family. Maybe this is another family that's connected to yours. I don't know, all right? But it does talk about a home. Maybe somebody left you a home, passed on loved one, okay? But these two fell out together, okay, with a bad choice. This is supposed to be a good choice, but it's also an illusion. This is why somebody was trying to create towers for you. Somebody had a plan, and they were working on the Eiffel Tower. France. A Frenchman. Could be significant for somebody. I know I'm an Acadian, right? And my descendants is from France. That's kind of weird that I say that, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean you're a French. Doesn't mean you're an Acadian. I'm throwing that out there because that's what it's on the picture. The Eiffel Tower, and that's in France, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Am I that stupid? Some kind of unaliving. And they put a sword in your eyes, meaning they don't want you to see. They didn't want you to know. They're blocking the truth. So, this is a bad leap of faith. This is some kind of fool energy. They wanted to play you like a fool. Okay? And you might have like taken a good leap of faith and let God take care of this, perhaps. Okay, or maybe you have some kind of information about this and you can fight this in court. If this is you, do what you need to do. I don't know. But you also need the right amount of information to win this. Yeah, somebody holds the key of knowledge. The Hierophant, a lot of times, it's a lot of knowledge. Okay? It's also talking about a judge, a teacher, a healer, a preacher, a marriage. A lot of times, this represents a marriage. Okay? Because when you get married, you need a priest, a preacher kind of thing, right? But I don't know. Somebody holds the key for something. It could be somebody who, like this key could have been the key to your abundance. Okay? But somebody, what did I say? Somebody wanted power of attorney. Power of attorney, right? And to have power of attorney, you have to have a lawyer and go through a judge. Now we have Bambi, the page or the daughter of Pentacles, which is also a page. So this is somebody, the Page of Pentacles is the kind of person that learns, right? A page is always a learner. So somebody studied. They could have studied your past. A foolish person, right, took the choice to study somebody's wealth of a family. It has to do with ancestral background. Why? Because I did say somebody from the heavens, like your grandparents. I don't know if you have, maybe it's an uncle. I don't know. You know your situation. Somebody left you some kind of inheritance. Oh, somebody's in shit. Somebody's going to get it. Whoa, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. This is a mother figure. Right? And it broke the deck. The money tree. The money tree, a lot of times, it represents the what do you call that? The ancestral tree, right? It's like knowing your roots, going back. Somebody studied the past. Somebody studied somebody's ancestral tree, like your family tree, right? Somebody must have figured out that you were going to inherit an inheritance, right? This is why it broke the deck, the money tree, and it broke the deck with unaliving. What's on top? There's that devil, right? There's that devil. The devil, the goat, always hides in the mountain. So somebody was tempted and they did it. Okay? Somebody shook the devil's hand. Somebody even, I'm getting like they used up this fucking, and this money is used up. Sue. The song by Johnny Cash, right? The boy named Sue. Yeah. Someone's gonna have a hard time swallowing. This is the Knight of Cups, but it's giving me like, you're single. You must be single. But somebody's gonna have a hard time swallowing their pride and ego. This could be you as well. Because I understand if this is you and you find out that your family or another family double crossed you in such a way, you're gonna have a hard time swallowing this. Okay, but please do your best. This is why we have lawyers. Don't crack. All right? Don't blow a nerve or a vein in your forehead. Don't react. Be professional about it. Okay? Don't lose your temper. King of Cups, the man with the red beak. The King of Cups a lot of times is the kind of person that wants to keep the cup to themselves. All right? And they have the other hand stirring up ocean water, right? And it's giving me like somebody wants you to get angry, okay? Because this is a drama starter, okay? And the light seers, the King of Cups, he's got his finger stirring the ocean, but underneath there's a starfish. It's giving me like you're the star, you're the one who was supposed to get this inheritance, right? He wants to pick and poke at you, right? Because maybe you know about this. Because in order for a person to have power of attorney, a lot of times they try to prove that you're sick and ill, right? You can't have this money because you can't take care of your own. You're unstable, and this could be what they want to prove, right? That's why if they want to pick on you for this reason. I did a reading 2 days ago about a family doing this to somebody, and it's coming out quite a lot, right? There is some kind of unaliving as well. It hasn't come out yet, but we've seen it twice, the Ten of Swords. Sometimes family, okay, they pretend to be loving and caring, but they're not. Especially when there's ego and greed. Money gets the best of them. Four of Swords, they wanted you to kneel. You see? They wanted you to kneel. Do you see? The swords forcing this lamb to kneel and not move. Your third eye is open. This is like the sun, God, is trying to send you messages. Five of Wands, there's fighting. Okay, so this is what this man is going to try to do. This King of Cups, I'm getting this is the man who's got the devilish intentions. Okay. This man has some kind of connection with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, because this is a mother energy. All right. This could be a son of this person. I'm getting, or this could be a grandmother. I don't know. They're connected. Okay. But she's a good person because the pentacle's white. It's not black. All right. But he's got a red beak and he's black. He's all ruffled up as well. His feathers. Okay. He's going to want to send some kind of fighting energy. Trying to aggravate you. He's the one who also hired a group of monkeys, flying monkeys. Right. A circus act. Trying to work you up. Have you been attacked by people? Right. Who all of a sudden turned against you and you don't understand why? This could be it. Oh, already an hour? Wow. This is going to take forever to upload. There's that 10 of swords. That's 3 times. Right, 3 of cups. Whoever did this planning, okay, because it began when I said there's a triangulation, third party energy, right? They worked against you. Whoever did this, they did this in front of the sun. God knows about it. Your ancestors know about it. Okay, so there is some kind of Ace of Swords that's going to come out. Because something was done there out in the open. The sun, a lot of times, it's like the sun is God. God knows about it. So that means there is something here on earth. Somebody knows about some kind of information. Okay, and it's going to come out. Because the King of Swords got the Sword of Protection. That's Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. But it's also the Ace of Swords. Maybe, maybe not. The Moon. The Moon and Judgment and Death. Whoa, there's a lot of cards that flipped here. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. So the Moon is the lies, okay? And I did speak about it with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Your ancestor is trying to hint you. See the owl? He's sitting with the moon. He's not sitting with the sun. He's trying to hit you. There's something dark happening, right? The moon is dark. The moon is lies. This is the universe. God sourced the universe, okay? Judgment. So somebody broke the law. Somebody fell from grace. They're pushing back, being defensive, crazy like a fox, a betrayal and backstab. This is everything that I've been talking about, all right? Somebody stole somebody's generational wealth. There's the money tree, okay? There's death energy. Not good, all right? But there is an exposure. And with the World card, wow, there's many cards. Something was, oh, the 10 of Swords. Wow. Any more? No. Oh my God, this is horrible. Something was done on the web as well, okay? What's on top? Because all of that fell out. This is enough to make a person hard to swallow, okay? Because there's a lot here. There's quite a lot. No wonder you're single. Right? If you're single, no wonder you don't trust anybody. I bet you don't trust anybody. I bet you were in a lot of pain. The 10 of Swords, it's breaking the 10 commandments. So this is somebody who cheated, right? The first commandment is thou shalt not kill or hurt, right? The last one is, I think it is, you're not supposed to cheat or break a marriage. So it does involve a past lover. Not only a family member. It's giving me your family's involved with this. Or some kind of family. It could be your ex with their family as well. I'm not sure. You would know. Emperor. The 4 of Swords. This is a transformation, the 4 of Swords. And a lot of times, it's somebody else who's sick and ill. And it's giving me they wanted you to be sick and ill. And this is a sacrificial lamb. So they did try to sacrifice you. And this is when and where you had to transform. Entrapment, somebody's going to jail, it fell out. They wanted you to be trapped, they wanted you to be stuck. They did not want you to transform. But you've transformed already, right? You must have. Because I said this is a transformation. They did not want you to transform. So this is them now. They're not going to transform. High Priestess. The ball's in your court. I'm going to end the reading with the High Priestess, okay? Because really, this is higher knowledge. This is inner knowing. If you're not a psychic medium, well, you still have inner knowing. You could be viewing, following me, as for one, okay? but it's giving me like the ball's in your court. Somebody tried to take the ball away from you, but it's coming back. Okay. That's it for this reading. I'm already at an hour and 5 minutes. It's gonna take forever. I want to do another good reading later on. Maybe just a few astrology cards to see if there's a sign that's going to come out. In this story, there's a lot of people, okay? But I'm going to give you guys 3 cards. Uranus, flipped out. It has to do with Mars. And it has to do with a masculine sign. I forget who controls Uranus. No, Uranus controls a certain sign. I forget which one. There's so much in astrology, okay? There's Pisces. Pisces could be significant. And we have Pluto. Pluto is controlling Scorpio. Scorpio did come out with Death card. This is a planet of mystery and distance. Somebody that is trying to keep a distance from you. Something that was done also in the past. A lot of times, the past, like it could be an inheritance that was left to you since you were a child, and now you could be like 50 years old or 30 years old. That's a significant amount of distance, okay? And it could be like a grandfather who passed away. That's symbolic for distance, but this is represented by Scorpio. And a planet of mystery, huh? Taurus, bottom of the deck, Capricorn. We did see Capricorn with the wild unknown. Taurus is also Hierophant. We did see the Hierophant twice. The Queen of Pentacles, that was Libra. We did see Aquarius as well. Virgo. Scorpio. Double Scorpio energy. Leo. Cancer. Random cut. Jupiter. Sagittarius. The planet of luck and expansion. So some kind of change, some kind of shift is going to come. Okay, because with the nature oracle, I did pull out movement, wind, right? So there is some kind of shift and release that's going to happen. I want to thank everybody for viewing me. Thank you for taking the time. All your kind comments. I love it all. Okay, some of you are funny. Some of you is, I just love it. Okay, so I thank you for all your time and energy. Sending everybody the love and light and the strength needed to go through a difficult day. Love you. Bye-bye.